Okay, so this dream is a little wonky. Um, my store, I don't know if it took like a field trip or if it was like my school or something that took a field trip, but we went to this other Meyer for the day. It was a bigger Meyer, and we had all these ways to shop there at that store to help that store out, I guess. And they had a lot more produce and a lot bigger store than we did, so it took a while to find things. Um, and I had an unknown ways. I had artichokes and bananas, a group of 8 bananas and a group of 4 bananas. I couldn't find any artichokes, so I marked it out of stock. But when it came to bananas, I just couldn't find any bananas, really. Like, I knew we had them, but I just didn't know where they'd be. Unfortunately, the person who was like, I'm not really sure because I don't know if she's like in charge of scales, but she said we only had like 5 more minutes to shop, and I was panicking. So I went to this like soda machine where I guess it spits out like a ticket you can scan to pay for the drink. Um, but I typed in like bananas for that thing, so maybe it would like print me out a ticket. But like the machine like broke, and like the black lady who was working the scale, she came over and she's like, "What's going on?" Yada yada yada. And I told her the problem, and she said, "Oh, this thing should work. I'm not really sure like what the problem is, but like a lot of people do it all the time when they're like in a bind." And I was like, okay. And then so I was like the last one to shop, and like everyone was getting back on the bus, and I saw my friend Marissa from high school, which I guess she worked in my store, and I asked her where to like put the cart and like where to bag it. She says, "You don't have to bag it, you just have to print out the labels and then go back to like the bus." And so I did that. But what happened was, what happened was, I don't know, we didn't go back to the bus, but we had to walk home or walk back to the store. But this thing was near a highway, so we had to like cross the road. And if you know anything about highways, there's 100 lanes, so it would have been a chore to cross the road. And so, um, I don't really. This doesn't really tie into the story, but for some reason we had to like shop for like make like a project for like someone who passed away, and that they're supposed to like bring us luck or something, I guess. But it's kind of weird. Marissa did some on this boy named Koran, I think is what his name was, and Marissa called him like a gangster or something, and she got in trouble for it. But I was like, how lucky can these children be? They're dead. And that was a reference to Mulan when the grandmother was like, how lucky can those ancestors be? They're dead. But anyhoodle, we were trying to cross the street, and for some reason, the grandma from Mulan was there, and she had that cricket with her. So what she did, she blindly crossed the road with the cricket, all those lanes, and she made it across safely with her eyes closed. And so we followed after her. I almost got ran over like 3 times, and it was like in the middle of winter, so I kept slipping on the road and falling, and it was like really scary. But we made it across the street, and for some reason the song "No, It Cannot Be" from Jonah was playing, and I was closing my eyes and crying, because whenever I listen to Christian music, I cry. But then it cut to the pirates who don't do anything at the Jonah, like the seafood restaurant, starting to eat their food, because in the movie they're at the restaurant telling the story, waiting for the food, so I guess that's how the dream went.